Hello everyone, it's Maddie with Spectrum Art Creations. Wanted to hop on super quick and give you a visual supply list for the upcoming craft along, which is going to be taking place on January the 30th. Again, I'll have all the details in the Facebook group, but I wanted to do a visual supply list versus doing a typewritten one, because sometimes it's kind of hard. If I just say a trim, you're like, well, a trim for what? How wide of a trim? You know, maybe that's not what I want for my card. So I wanted to do a visual one because I finished a prototype. And so I figure, okay, great. Now I kind of know what we're going to use. Now it's going to be up to each of you to decide what colors, what patterns, and what other materials you want to use and have at hand. And of course, if you need anything, you guys know we are always available. Both of our online stores are fully stocked. So if you need anything you see here or anything else, just let us know. But let's go through this really quick. The first thing you need to do, honestly, is pick a paper line collection because you need a color palette. So go through your scraps. You don't need anything big. The biggest piece is probably going to be like a 6 by 10. That's going to be the biggest one. And for that, you could use some solid cardstock. Everything else is going to be kind of small, so you can use some of your scraps in order to complete the project. However, I think I've decided on a line. I think I'm going to be using Azuelos by Stamperia, just because I absolutely love this. It's got a lot of like great patterns and almost like great wallpapers, right? And I figure, oh, that would look so stinking pretty, right? As a pattern paper for the pot, for the kettle, or for the teacups, or even for my panels. So this is what I think I'm going to use. I'm almost 90% sure, but you know, I might change my mind at the last minute. But pick your papers, and based on that, then you can decide on the rest. Of course, first thing we need is the die set. Everybody needs one of those for the craft along. This is the gorgeous Hero Arts tea kettle fancy die. And it's just absolutely beautiful. We've sold this during our Saturday sales and also in the Facebook group. So as of right now, I have the last 2 available for that craft along. So if you'd like to score one, do let us know or let me know. You can either email me or reach me through the Facebook group or the online stores. Also, you're going to need some lace, some kind of trim. Up to you. Again, the color will vary, or maybe the design will vary depending on what you're going for, but we want to kind of soften it up just a little bit, and of course bring in some of those mixed media elements to kind of give it some interest. You're going to need, and then this, you're only going to need a small piece, maybe, I don't know, let's say 10 inches. On this one, you're going to need some kind of a thread. Don't pick like a thick yarn. You know, you need something with a thinner gauge. So, you know, kind of go through your stash and see what you have. I'm sure you probably have a little piece, and we don't need much. I'm talking about like 3 inches worth is all we're going to need. You're going to need some adhesive, of course, because we're going to be working with paper and adhering. So you can use your Spectrum Art Creations glue. You can use your art glitter glue. You can use your tape runner. You can also use, of course, or you're going to need some inks. That is optional. If you do not want to ink up your edges, you do not have to. But again, that ink is going to depend on the papers that you're going to choose. Now, browns and blacks are pretty neutral, so we know they go with everything. But, you know, you might want to use a teal, a pink, a purple, a green. So again, look at your papers that you've chosen and decide what colors you're going to go with, and that will help you choose your inks. You are going to need a marker. This is a Rust-Oleum chrome marker. So this actually makes your paper or wood or anything look like actual chrome, like metal. So if you have a chrome marker, excellent. And it could be copper, because the handles can be copper. The elements could be copper or silver or gold, totally up to you. If you don't have one, we have them in store. If you don't have this, you might have some maybe some foiled paper that you could use for your die cutting, you know, so that's also an option. An embossing folder. Now, if you're going to need an embossing folder, and you can pick any you have, but if you're going to use an embossing folder, and of course we're going to be die cutting, you know you need your die cutting machine, right? Your Big Shot or Switch, whichever one you use. Also, the other thing that you want to have at hand is going to be your paper trimmer, because we are going to be cutting some papers. Then you will need a marker. It does not need to be a permanent marker at all, just a marker. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need some 3D foam dots. We're not going to need more than a handful, so you don't need a whole lot. You're going to need a doily. Now, if you have the smaller doilies, great. Those could work. We can cut them and make it work for sure. But I'm going to be using these. These are the mini intricate doilies. And when I mean intricate, they're super, super beautiful and intricate. There are 3 different packs with different patterns, but they are simply gorgeous. And that is just that perfect size for our card. If you do not have these and you'd like them, we do have them in store. But if not, and if you want to use something different, then just kind of gauge that size, okay? But again, I'm sure it's gonna look beautiful no matter what. You're gonna need a tiny stapler. That is totally optional. I'm using the Tim Holtz tiny attacher. Don't have to. You can even use your silver marker for that part if you want. But again, if we're bringing in those different elements, metal would be a great way to enhance your card as well. Then you're going to need a scratch piece of white paper in addition to your cardstock base. So again, that could be a solid color that you have, but we are going to need a little piece of white paper. And that is about it, other than choosing, of course, as I mentioned, your collection that you're going to be crafting with, so that you know what the rest of your trim might look like, or what color you might want for your inks, that kind of thing, right? And then if you guys have any questions, of course, just reach out to us. Again, our email is on screen, and you can always reach us at our online stores, whether it's our Etsy store or spectrumartcreations.com. Also, of course, through the Facebook group. And by the way, if you need anything, you know that we always have the stores available for you. And if you have not joined us for Saturday sales, because that's where we kind of do all of this, right? Super fun to join us live. We hope that you do join us live on Saturdays for our live online sales. Super fun to be live and chat with everyone and see products and ask questions and all that. But another thing I wanted to mention is the Facebook group, because we are going to be having a challenge, or we have a challenge currently going on in the Facebook group, and the theme is tea. And that's kind of how this kind of fit into that, which is great, because super great. You can create your projects and at the same time submit that for the challenge giveaway. So again, if you love challenges, or you would like to partake in challenges where you are inspired to create, then please do check out and join the Facebook group. Make sure that you guys answer the questions when you request membership, because otherwise your request is automatically denied. And it's not hard questions. It's just to make sure that you're not a troll or a bot. So yes, please make sure that you answer those questions when requesting to join the Facebook group. And that way you can also come and play along in the challenges, because they're super fun. Also, again, I like to remind everyone that if you're not part of Spectrum Art Creations Academy, we hope that you certainly will check it out and join and become a member today, because with one flat fee, monthly fee, you actually get to partake in exclusive content, all kinds of other perks, such as the ones on screen here. So if you like classes, workshops, craft alongs, all that good stuff, then we hope that you will come and join the Academy and get even more exclusive content and exclusive classes, so we can craft along together and make even bigger projects, a lot of card making, mixed media, also all kinds of techniques and tools, and all the newest and latest trending product as well. Oh, before I forget, I know not everyone is a card maker. I get that. And a lot of times folks are like, well, I'm not a card maker. You don't have to be a card maker at all to enjoy a project like this. Why? Well, because you can add them to your junk journals. You can add them to your journals, period. They're great, obviously, for not only decorating, but in addition for journaling. Of course, who does not love to receive a beautiful card in the mail? So it's great to have a card at hand in case you want to send it to someone, or, you know, when you're gifting a gift, you can include a card with it as well. And of course, for those of you who also do things like have Etsy shops or attend your craft fairs where you have a booth, well, nothing sells better than handmade cards. So we definitely hope that you guys will join us for this craft along. Okay, I won't keep you any longer. I will see you guys. Don't forget to check out this next video for some more inspiration, and I will see you for sure, I hope, at this amazing craft along on the 30th. Bye for now. Thanks.